So yesterday we started our habitat lesson, and I discussed with you what is a habitat for human beings and animals. If that habitat was disturbed or destroyed, what will happen? We discussed. Today a very important habitat, that is a pond as a habitat. What is that? Pond as a habitat. This is an 8 marks answer which always repeats in the exam. So here I am going to draw a pond. Okay, this is a pond, and here you can see near to the pond some trees will be there. Okay, some houses will be there. Then above the pond we can see some leaves. They will extend here to the roots, and here you can see some other leaves will be present. Okay, then here some flowers will be there. Next, the very important thing is water is very important in the pond. This diagram is very important. It is for 4 marks. This diagram will come. Pond as a habitat. What are the different parts of the pond? First, let us see. This is called as the pond surface. This is called as pond surface. This one is above the pond. This is called as mid-water. These are called as pond margins. And this is bottom of the pond. Bottom of the pond. See here, what are the different places of the pond? Pond surface, above the pond, mid-water, pond margins, and bottom of the pond are the different places in the pond. And now we are going to see whatever creatures, living organisms, animals, what are present in this pond we are going to see. Whenever I ask for the children to draw pond as a habitat, they will draw very nice. They will color that one. They will. But the main thing is they will not put water in that pond. What is pond? The very important thing. The water is very important in the pond. Why? Because the animals or the living organisms want to survive in the pond, means we will say that the water is important. In a dried pond, what will happen? Or whatever plants and animals are present, they will that indicates itself they will die. So here you can see that water is very important in the pond. Here, one more thing, the animals which live in water, are called aquatic animals. Aquatic animals, and plants. Plants which live in water are called as aquatic plant. Aquatic plants. So these two plants are very important. Animals which live in water are called as aquatic animals, and the plants which live in water are called aquatic plants. And this whole pond has a habitat. Means the plants and animals which are living in ponds, rivers, lakes, etc. are called as aquatic habitat. It is called as aquatic habitat. Now, pond as a habitat, we are talking about aquatic habitat also. Means whatever animals and plants are whatever we are taking, which are living in rivers, ponds, lakes, seas, oceans, these all come under the aquatic habitat. Yesterday itself I told for you, a fish can survive only in the water. Is it correct or not? If I am taking a fish out and just keep on the bank of the river, within 2 minutes it will die. My habitat, human beings' habitat is on the land. Can I go and sleep in the water? Can I have my breakfast inside the water? Can I stay there in the water? No. My habitat is to the land, and the animals, the water animals' habitat is in water itself. So now this one you see. What are the different parts at all? Pond surface, above the pond, mid-water, pond margins, and bottom of the pond. Why we divided like this means all the aquatic animals and plants which are surviving in this will not be at a particular place. They will move from one place to another. So we are telling that they are in different places. When we are taking above the pond, if you are taking above the pond, we will have dragonfly, dragonfly, okay, mayfly, kingfisher, etc. will be above the pond. See here, dragonfly, mayfly, kingfisher will be above the pond, above the surfaces. Why above the pond? Why? Because you see why these creatures or plants are in the pond for the sake of food, shelter, and light. For what purpose these plants and animals are in the pond? For the sake of food, shelter, and light. Now see here, you can see this dragonfly, mayfly, and kingfisher will be above the pond. Means they will move from this end to this end above the pond and try to find out their food on the trees or near the houses or near to the pond. So we are telling that above the pond are dragonfly, mayfly, and kingfisher. Pond surface. On the pond surface, what you can see means plants like pistia, lotus, okay, animals like pond scatter, some larvae we can find near the pond surface. We can see in the ponds inside, means the bottom of the pond, some plants will be there. Above the pond, some plants will be there. If you are taking pistia and lotus, they will be above the pond. And if you are taking pond scatter will move on the surface of the pond. Why? Because on the surface of the pond, you can see at a lotus and lotus leaves will be there. No? On that particular leaves, you can see the larvae will be present. What is this larva? Means the eggs of fishes, frogs, snails, etc. will be present on the surface of this one. So when they are moving, when the pond scatters are moving from here to there, they will collect that larvae and feed on them as their food. So the pond scatters will move from here to there. Okay, in the mid-water, in the middle of the water, what you can find, the fishes will be there. The fishes, it will have the gills. It moves from one place to another. The tortoise will be there. Okay, you can find the tortoise which is moving here. You can see that the tortoise will be present here. Okay, some snails will be present here. Tadpoles will be present here. These will move in the mid of the water. Fishes, snails, tortoise, etc. will move in the mid of the water. From here to there, they will swim nicely. Okay. Then pond margins. To the pond margins, you can see grass. This side also you can find the grass particles will be present. And here you can see the larvae. All the fishes, frogs, everything will keep larvae here. Not only that, leeches will be present here. You know that leeches will stick to a particular place, so leeches will be present here. Okay, crabs will be present here. Crabs will be present here. These are present in the pond margins. Bottom of the pond. Bottom of the pond, light is minimum here. Light is minimum here. And also you can see oxygen levels also will be less. Oxygen will be less. Bottom of the pond, we can see that the light will be minimum and oxygen also will be less. At the bottom of the pond, you can see some stones. Okay, stones. Then some sand particles. Some sand particles will be present bottom of the pond. You have to see here, bottom of the pond, the light is minimum here, oxygen will be less, and also stones and sand particles will be present. Only these are present? No, you can see some plants also will be present here. Okay, this is one type of plant, and here you can see the other one which is having branches and few leaves are coming to this. Okay, what are these two plants? This is Vallisneria. Here Vallisneria and here Hydrilla. Hydrilla and Vallisneria plants will be present at the bottom of the plant, and also you can see at the bottom the dead and decaying parts of dead and decaying parts of plants and animals. The dead and decaying parts of plants and animals also will be found at the bottom of the pond. You try to understand here. This is very important. How many parts the pond has divided? Above the pond surface, mid water, pond margins, and bottom of the pond. The animals which live in water are called aquatic animals. The plants which live in water are called aquatic plants. Then the organisms which live here are called as aquatic habitat. And at the pond, above the pond surface, what are present? Dragonfly, mayfly, kingfisher. Then pond surface you can see Pistia, lotus, pond scatters and larvae of some organisms will be present. Mid of water you can find tortoise, snails, tadpoles, frogs, etc. will be present here. Then pond margins you can see grass particles will be present. Then next leeches will be present. Larvae of the organisms will be present at the pond margins. Finally, when you are coming to bottom of the pond, the light is minimum here and oxygen levels are less. We can see here some sort of aquatic plants will be there, like Hydrilla and Vallisneria will be present here, and also the dead and decaying parts of plants and animals are present here. This is of your pond as a habitat, and in your textbook you can see that, see the diagram, and back if you are seeing the activity 2, this is your homework which you have to do it in your classwork itself you do. As I said, this answer is very, very important. You see here activity 2, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions are given. Try to answer all the 7 questions. Name some organisms in the pond that can stay in different regions? Already I gave for you. What are the organisms will stay in different regions? Second question is, can different places in the pond also be a habitat? Yes. Full pond is a habitat for all the living organisms. We cannot say that at bottom it is not useful or pond margin. No, each and every part of the pond is useful for us. Next one, is there any animal with legs in the pond? Frogs are having legs. Yes, the frogs are still. Which are tortoise? Is it having legs? Yes. So, is there any animal with legs in the pond? Means you will tell whatever are having legs you will mention. Do all animals in the pond having tail? We cannot say that all the animals are having tails. So, which animals are having tails? You are going to mention them. Do all animals in the pond swim? Automatically, which are aquatic, they will swim. If they did not swim there, they cannot survive. Did you understand? What are the animals that share the surface of the pond? Surface of the pond surface. What? Aquatic plants and animals. What are there? Lotus, pistia and pond scatter will take the surface of the pond. Next one is, all leaves are leaves of all plants growing in the pond similar? No. When I am taking, see here, Valsinaria is like a grass plant. Okay. Then hydrilla, how it will be? How our tulsi plant will be there? Like that, the hydrilla will be there. Valsinaria looks like a grass plant. Hydrilla looks like tulsi plant. How it will be? Then lotus, you can see broad and large leaves will be present for lotus. And pistia, you can see a bunch of leaves will be present to that. So, when I am taking 4 plants which are present in the water, are they having the similar leaves? No, they all are not having the similar leaves. So, they are having different varieties of the leaves. The next one is, that's all. So, he is asking this about all these questions. Try to answer these questions. And this aquatic habitat is very, very important. I hope you will learn and answer the questions. I'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.